French scored 30-plus for the second time this season with a new career high of 31. But the slow start offensively, just 28 field goal percentage in the first half, and only 2 points from the BCU bench proved to be the difference. Head coach Reggie Theus had this to say about Joe French's performance against the Tigers. "That's what I expect from Joe. He can catch fire at any time. If we came out with the same fire in the first half, we would have had a different result tonight, for sure," unquote. After missing 2 games due to COVID protocols, center Dylan Robertson returned to the lineup on Saturday night, scoring 16 points and grabbing 11 rebounds. Unsurprisingly, Joe French lead Cookman on offense with 14.9 points per game. Dylan Robertson leads the way in rebounds and blocks, and Damani McIntyre is tied for second in the SWAC with 30 steals. But unfortunately, the injury bug has reached up and bitten BCU. Joe French and Calvin Polina will both be out tonight. That will end Calvin Polina's run of 14 straight games played, leaving just Marcus Garrett, the only man to play in all 15 BCU games this season. Hailing from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Southern University Jaguars are 8-7, 3-0 in conference play, and lead the SWAC in points, assists, and steals per game, as well as field goal percentage and three-point percentage. The Jags were in Tallahassee on Saturday night, putting the second half beatdown on the Florida A&M Rattlers, eventually running out 80-66 winners. The SWAC individual leader in assists and steals, Jaden Sadler, had 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Breon Whitley and Isaiah Rollins each had 12 points, with Rollins going 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. On the season, Southern has 4 players scoring in double figures: Tyrone Lyons, PJ Bird, and the aforementioned Whitley and Sadler. And watch out for Damian Sears in the painted area as he pulls down 5.3 rebounds per game. Now let's head down to the floor and public address announcer Jeff Ford.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bethune-Cookman University's Richard D. Moore Gymnasium for tonight's NCAA Division I men's basketball game. This game features the Bethune-Cookman University Wildcats and the Southern University Jaguars. It's time now to introduce the starting lineups and coaches. First, for the Jaguars of Southern University. At forward, a 6'6" redshirt sophomore from Arlington, Texas, number 0, Terrell Williams Jr. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Houston, Texas, number 3, P.J. Bird. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Aberdeen, Maryland, number 5, Jaden Sadler. At forward, a 6'7" redshirt senior from Houghton, Louisiana, number 12, Damian Sears. And at forward, a 6'7" redshirt junior from North Amityville, New York, number 35, Tyrone Lyons. The Jaguars head coach is Sean Woods. He is assisted by Brian Price, Pedro Cipriano, and Jethro Hillman. From Clayton County, Georgia, number 1, Collins. And guard, a 6'3"
Just announced it on the floor for BCU against Southern. Collins Joseph, Marcus Garrett, Damani McIntyre, and Kevin Davis and Dylan Robertson go for Bethune-Cookman. Terrell Williams, PJ Bird, Jaden Sadler, Damian Sears, and Tyrone Lyons go for Southern. Standard lineups across the board, but for Bethune-Cookman, they will definitely miss Joe West, their top scorer this season. Or excuse me, Joe French, their top scorer this season. Mikey West is also out in health and safety protocols, as well as Calvin Polina, the name of the Netherlands, is out with a hand injury, and his arm is in a sling over there in the BCU huddle. I saw Joe French as well before the game when BCU was warming up, standing there in a walking boot almost on his left foot. So I hope that Joe French is okay, as well as Calvin Paulina. But it's going to be a short-handed Wildcat squad tonight going up against a Southern Jaguars team undefeated in conference play, and really one of the favorites along with Texas Southern for the SWAC championship. They have already beaten Texas Southern 63-50 to open up conference play back in Baton Rouge last weekend. And we will hold off for a second as the referee is just checking out the matchup between Jaden Sadler and Marcus Garrett on the outside. It is Robertson against Lyons, and Southern wins the tip, and there's the lob, and the beneficiary immediately is Damian Sears. Quickly the other way, denied, and a jump ball off the tip. What a block. That was, I believe, Tyrone Lyons getting up there to deny Dylan Robertson in transition. Cookman controls off of the possession arrow. And here is Marcus Garrett, now the only player to play in all 15 BCU games this season. Calvin Polina had played in 14, but he is on the sidelines with an arm injury. Kevin Davis takes a three. It's no good. Long rebound is scrambled for and taken by Southern. Going coast to coast for the left-hand layup is Jaden Sadler. He's the team leader and conference leader in assists with 62, but that time he took it himself. Quick 4-0 hole for the Cats. Garrett, and now Kevin Davis, who had a monster game against Florida A&M. Collins Joseph with the baseline jumper to get the Cats on the board. Joseph had that highlight reel dunk also against Florida A&M, and that's going to be an and one on the other end for Southern. Damani McIntyre called for the foul. Tyrone Lyons, the team leader in three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and points, will head to the line. Specifically on free throw percentage, Tyrone Lyons shooting 77.5. The building is filled up nicely. Good crowd on hand to watch the Southern Jaguars take on the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Lions and one opportunity is good. As a team, Southern shoots the free throw with 68.3% accuracy. Stepping inside is Joseph. Here's a baseline jumper, rims out. Put back by Davis, no good. He gets a third opportunity and finishes at the rim. It's going to be important for Kevin Davis to be big tonight because he is replacing the aforementioned Calvin Polina. And while he did have a big game against Florida A&M, he came off the bench in that game, as well as the game yesterday against Grambling. Catch and drive and kick and step through and shot, and a nice jumper for Terrell Williams Jr. Excellent ball movement by Southern. And a foul is going to be called on Jaden Sadler as he bumped down Marcus Garrett as the Wildcats tried to leave the zone.
Bethlehem Jaguars, Jaden Sadler, his first team.
Davis almost lost the ball, got to get it across the time stripe. Marcus Garrett does. He's going to take it right at the defense. A foul is going to be called offensively. Oh no, they're going to count the basket. They're going to get P.J. Bird for the foul. I thought for a second that Garrett might have drew the foul and leaned in before he stepped back to take the shot, but Marcus Garrett is going to take an and one opportunity. Garrett, a 51.4% free throw shooter, misses that one. Kevin Davis can't grab the board. It goes to Terrell Williams. Williams from Arlington, Texas, and played at Mansfield High School. Scramble on the ground. Collins Joseph gives it away. Jaden Sadler takes it, and a jam on the other end by Damian Sears, who had stayed back. Unfortunate end to a nice steal on one end by McIntyre as he coughed the ball up to his opposite number, Jaden Sadler, who found a wide open Damian Sears for the transition slam dunk. Davis, the recipient of the inbounds pass. And now here's Colin Joseph, but it's a 10-second violation. And just like their female counterparts, the Jaguars men's team loves to play that full court press. Like to look to force 10 and 5-second violations in the backcourt. Southern will try and take advantage of the extra possession here, up 11-6 in the early going. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Terrell Williams Jr. handing off to P.J. Bird, and then Bird's pass is behind Jaden Sadler and out of play. There really is an excellent atmosphere inside Moore Gymnasium tonight, with the cheerleaders making noise on the baselines and the students and locals in to support the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats tonight. BCU has started 3 of 4 from the floor, but still trail 11-6 because of 2 turnovers. Garrett, or excuse me, that's McIntyre. Kick out, Davis for 3, yes sir! Kevin Davis got the hot hand early. He's up to 5 points. And wearing the number 5 for Southern is Sadler. He drives and kicks. Corner 3, no good. Whistle underneath as Williams crashed to the ground. And they're going to get the foul on, oh, it's going to be on Williams. I thought for a second they were going to catch Robertson underneath, but Williams called for the push-off. McIntyre trapped in the corner. Gets it to Garrett. Up front, Collins Joseph. He pulls up in transition. Front iron no good. And the rebound taken by P.J. Bird. Faking the shot, cutting inside is Williams. Baseline jumper all the way and good from Jaden Sadler. Sadler has played all 4 of his college seasons at Southern. Averaged 8.9 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in that time frame. Played his prep ball at Mount Zion Prep. Timeout called. And Reggie Theus is in the ear of Collins Joseph after Joseph followed his coach's wishes to call timeout. Tough start for BCU. They trail 13-9. Southern has the lead. This is Bethune-Cookman basketball on the Cat-Eye Network. Stay tuned. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on Twitter and Instagram at BCU Athletics. For the latest on specifically BCU men's basketball, follow at BCU Hoops on Twitter. And for women's basketball, follow at BCU_WBB. Early lead for the Southern University Jaguars here inside Moore Gymnasium as they're on top 13-3. The difference is rebounding. Southern has a 3-1 advantage on the glass early, thanks to Tyrone Lyons, Damian Sears, and Terrell Williams Jr. all checking in above 6'6". Test. And head coach Sean Woods is going to get a technical foul assessed to him. I am not sure what for, but BCU is going to get a chance to shoot some technical free throws and maintain possession. And Woods continues to chirp at the officials. And now after the technical free throws, it'll be BCU ball. Shoulder into the chest of Terrell Williams Jr. by Kevin Davis. Williams didn't like it. Now getting free underneath, crashing to the floor, and making the layup is Marcus Garrett. Excellent athleticism as on the other end. Over the top comes Robertson, but whistle and a foul. They're gonna get Damani McIntyre with the whistle. It was an emphatic block by Robertson coming in from behind, but he was not able to account for his teammate's foul. And Jaden Sadler heads to the line, a 64% free throw shooter. Sadler is tied for the lead in the Southwestern Athletic Conference in steals with Dwayne Cox of Prairie View A&M. Damani McIntyre has sole possession of second place in steals with 30. Both free throws were hits, and 15-13. Splitting a double team in the backcourt with DeMont was Garrett. Garrett finds McIntyre, back out for Collins Joseph at the point. Joseph has the unenviable job of replacing Joe French, who scored 31 points against Grambling on Saturday afternoon. Here's Kevin Davis in against the trees, draws the contact underneath, and there's a couple of players who that could be on, and they're going to get it against Damian Sears. Damian Sears, the team leader in rebounds with Southern, averages 5.3 a game. He's been all over the place. Freshman year at Jacksonville University, just north of us. Sophomore year at Western Oklahoma State at the junior college level. Junior year at St. John's up in New York. And then finally, his senior year at Nicholls State. Did not play, or no, he did play at Nicholls State. And then here is his 5th year of eligibility due to the COVID situation. He is playing here at Southern. So 5 schools in 5 years for Damian Sears. Both free throws hit by Kevin Davis. Davis up to 8 points and 4 of 4 from the free throw line to equal the Southern score, 15 all. Here's the top scorer for Southern, Tyrone Lyons, wearing number 35. Round a high ball screen, Jaden Sadler. Sadler against Robertson, kick out, 3 all the way, short. That was by Breon Whitley, who's just checked into the game. Here is P.J. Bird trying to dribble through traffic, and it's going to be a foul called. Collins Joseph stripped him, but they're going to get Robertson, with the reach-in. Breon Whitley wears number 22 As driving inside along the baseline, kicking it out. Here's Whitley, fires a three from straight on, misses it off to the right. Robertson skies for the rebound. Whitley is second to the SWAC in three-pointers made coming into the game. He is 39 of 90 on the season from deep. That is a 43.3 average. To the lane, and Collins Joseph gets his shot swatted away off the glass by Jaquan Ewing. Long pass to the corner for Whitley. Extra pass up top. Three for Sadler is no good off to the right. Wildcats come away with it. Reggie Theus calls the play. It's a screen for Marcus Garrett. Floater from the elbow, swish. And BCU takes the lead. Couple of ball screens to try and get PJ Bird free in an offensive foul as Tyrone Lyons. Oh no, they're gonna call Bird for an illegal screen. I thought they were gonna get Lyons for charging, but it's a screen on Bird. And Bird comes out after picking up his second foul. Here's Brendan Brooks coming into the game. The redshirt senior from Dallas, Texas, played all four of his collegiate seasons at Southern. Oh. Well, the lob was attempted. I'm not sure how you can throw the ball too high for the 6'9" Dylan Robertson, who has about the wingspan of a plane, to miss. But that ball was thrown. If the door was open to the hallway outside the gymnasium, it would have gone out there. So a bit of a hiccup there for BCU offensively, and a chance for Southern to tie or take the lead. 13 minutes still to go in this first quarter. Brooks controls. He wears the number 30. Cross-court pass to find him, and stepping on the baseline was Brendan Brooks as he caught the pass, and it'll be back to Bethune-Cookman ball. Fourth turnover on Southern to begin the game. Bethune-Cookman has not made a substitution yet. 7 players have seen the floor for Southern. Bounced out of bounds. BCU will keep it. Last off the back of Tyrone Lyons. Lyons, a transfer from North Carolina A&T, but played basketball at one of the most famous high schools for boys basketball in the country. That's St. Anthony's on Long Island, New York. Splitting a double team. Back out for Davis. Davis a drive, kick out Garrett, 3 on the way from straight on, in and out, nobody there to grab the board for BCU. It'll go to Jason Holliday, a redshirt senior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, playing for his hometown team in the form of the Southern Jaguars. Round a high ball screen, stripped to the ball. Sadler got stripped, Joseph on an outlet pass, oh, and he dumps it down again! Collins Joseph gets the crowd on its feet. That extends the BCU lead to 4. On the baseline and back out for Tyrone Lyons, and a foul is going to be called for a push-off. And they're going to get Collins Joseph for the foul. Well, I don't think it was quite as impressive as his over-the-back jam against Florida A&M, but Collins Joseph has hops. I tell you what, Isaiah Rollins comes into the game from Opelousas, Louisiana, Northside High School, all 4 college seasons at Southern. Barely not stepping on the backcourt line is Brendan Brooks as he controls for the Jags, guarded by Collins Joseph. Brendan Brooks weaves through traffic, and an elbow jumper is good. 19-17, it's a BCU lead. 12 minutes to play in the first quarter. Glad you can join us on the Cat Eye Network. My name is Michael Trevillo. Happy to have your company along for the second of our doubleheader from Moore Gymnasium. Working in front of the scorer's table is Collins Joseph from Clayton, Georgia, transfer in from South Georgia State, and before that, Savannah State. Shot off the mark. Diving for the rebound is Holliday from his back. He gets it to Brooks. Attacking and running over a defender, and that's a foul on BCU. Oh no, an offensive foul. I didn't see which way the foul went. It is offensive. That'll be Tyrone Lyons' first foul. The referee was screened from me by a couple of players. We will head to a timeout. Bethune-Cookman's in the bonus. They've got the ball with a 2-point lead when we come back. This is Bethune-Cookman basketball on the Cat Eye Network. Wildcat fans, you can now watch every Bethune-Cookman home game live on the Cat Eye Network. Go to youtube.com/Cat Eye Network for live streams, game replays, and more from Bethune-Cookman Athletics. Jacoby Long checks in for BCU out of the timeout. Cookman leads 19-17. It's been a tight game so far. Trap in the corner by Long. He finds McIntyre with the outlet pass. Joseph on the baseline, dribbles behind the back. McIntyre and Marcus Garrett will reset. Marcus Garrett transferred in from Morehead State, native of Chicago, Illinois, but he played his first 3 seasons at Wabash Valley Community College and averaged 15 points there. Flipped up and in from Marcus Garrett. Wildcats are working hard off the ball screens to get good looks at mid-range jump shots early on. Brandon Brooks gives it up, cycles to the right-hand corner, and then back to the top. As nothing was doing there, Jason Holiday hanging out that right-hand corner. Brooks gets Joseph in the air, fakes to the left, going to the right. Jumper short, right at the end of the shot clock from Terrell Williams. Collins Joseph gets by his defender and hits it from the baseline. Collins Joseph reaches into the bag of tricks and pulls a rabbit out of the hat that time. It's the Collins Joseph show, at least in terms of the crowd is concerned. Here in the first half, 23-11, BCU riding the wave of noise in the gymnasium to an early lead here. Back to the top, firing a 3 is Holiday. Bounces out, long rebound, mid-range jumper put back. That's no good from Isaiah Rollins, and Collins Joseph controls the board. Garrett, screen set by Robertson. Garrett gets to the paint. That's a tough finish. That's a tough finish by right by Jaquan Ewing. Shot fake, drive, kick to the corner, 3 on the way from Rollins, too strong, and Robertson, the beneficiary of the miss. Both teams preparing to make some substitutions at the next available opportunity. I see Kevin Davis getting ready to check back in for the Wildcats. Double screen doesn't work anywhere. Jacoby Long hands to McIntyre. And Marcus Garrett will reset. Garrett fires off to the right. Brooks turns on the Jets, gets the lane, but whistle at a foul before the emphatic swat by Dylan Robertson. Robertson will pick up his second foul. Well, I mentioned off the top that the Southern Jaguars are coached by a college basketball legend, that being Sean Woods, a 1992 graduate of the University of Kentucky. And he has excellent basketball coaching genes as Brooks heads to the line. Rick Pitino, Tubby Smith, and Billy Donovan, all his coaches at Kentucky. Part of the 1992 Unforgettables team that lost to Duke in that iconic game in the NCAA Regionals. He is a member of the UK Sports Hall of Fame, and his number 11 jersey hangs in Rupp Arena. We're going to take a timeout on the floor. And when we come back, I believe Southern will be shooting more free throws. Reggie Theus is out to talk to the referees to talk about it. Media timeout, we'll take it with them. This is BCU Basketball on the Countdown Network. Stay tuned. Well, Bethune-Cookman has scored 6 of the last 7 points over the past 3:21 to push their lead to 25-18, helped by an excellent shooting performance by Marcus Garrett here in this first half. He is up to 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting. At the line is Brendan Brooks. Brooks, this will be the second of his 2-shot penalty. It is up, hanging on the rim, no good. Tip is in. Little bit of luck there as Jaden Sadler jumped over Kevin Davis to put that one in. Davis leaps for the rebound, and then Damani McIntyre throws it away, trying to get the ball to Jacoby Long down low. Southern a chance for a quick 4-point swing, and it's good, as Brendan Brooks put a defender on ice. Southern has cut the lead to just 3. Collins Joseph up and under. Well, you have your trick play. I've got my trick play, Collins Joseph says, as he gets the hoop underneath the baskets. It's been the Collins Joseph show tonight. He's put on the skills. He's got 8 points. This has been a tightly contested battle here. Here's a long jump shot. That'd be a 2 from Tyrone Lyons. It rims out. McIntyre quickly into the corner. Devin Davis for 3, way too strong. And Sadler grabs the miss. Sadler bounces his way into the front court. He missed it, but Tyrone Lyons was right there for the putback. I think that's one of the reasons why he is tops on his team in points per game at 13.9. He has excellent sense of timing of when to get up for a putback. Collins Joseph now working against Lyons. Joseph a long 2. That was an off-balance shot, and it was too long. Brooks floats to the corner. 3 on the way. Missed everything, Terrell Williams Jr. And then a scramble in the corner results in a foul as Damani McIntyre and Tyrone Lyons went crashing to the ground. And they're going to get Lyons for the foul. That'll be the 8th team foul on Southern, so it'll be a 1+1 for Bethune-Cookman when we come back. BCU clinging to a 3-point lead. This is BCU basketball on the Cat Eye Network. Stay up to date with everything going on with Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats official website. Go to www.bcuathletics.com for schedules, stories, and all the latest information on Bethune-Cookman University sports. Bookmark it and tell your friends. That's bcuathletics.com. Well, before the break, there was a scramble in the corner between Damani McIntyre and Tyrone Lyons. And Lyons came out the worse for wear as he committed the foul and giving an and one opportunity to McIntyre. Damani McIntyre came into the game scoring exactly 100 points on the season. That's 7.7 per game. He has got that high arcing free throw shot. Front end of a 1-and-1 is good. And we will see Daylor Johnson for the first time in the game for Southern. He wears number 10, junior from Houston, Texas. As McIntyre's second free throw is good. He shoots the free throws at 77.4%, does Damani McIntyre. Jaden Sadler came all the way from Aberdeen, Maryland to play ball at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And now here is the redshirt senior Holiday, drives to the lane. He can't get his layup to go. And now Quavon Blackwood, who has just checked in, grabs the miss. Blackwood, this is only his, I believe, second or third appearance of the season, has no stats on the year, but he is going to play some significant minutes tonight. He's a senior guard, 6 foot tall, traveling violation, and Southern will take it. But Blackwood, a 6 foot tall senior guard out of Hattiesville, Maryland, transferred in from SWAC conference foe Mississippi Valley State. Long pass away over the head of Daylor Johnson. So a turnover beget turnovers as Davis turns it over and then Sadler turns it over, and we are as you were, with Bethune-Cookman holding a 4-point lead and the ball. McIntyre almost turns it over. Nice passing to get into the front court. Davis to Garrett. Garrett got it tipped on the way up, and it is Bethune-Cookman basketball as it was carried out of bounds by Jaden Sadler. I think Sadler, it was either Sadler or Williams got a piece of Marcus Garrett's shot as he tried to get a jumper from inside the free throw line. Garrett, no room inside. Here's Blackwood pulling up from 15 feet. Too strong. Garrett fighting for the rebound and taps it back to Blackwood. Jacoby Long, as a warning is going to be called against Reggie Theus. He can't come that far forward, and he does that again. That's a technical foul. Coach Sean Woods already has a technical foul called against him, so coaches are angry tonight, and the refs are not letting them off on a very long leash. Collins Joseph checks back in. The short stint for Quavon Blackwood is over. Garrett trying to get it into McIntyre, which he does. Couple of ball screens. Garrett will take it himself. Davis with 3 on the baseline, and Marcus Garrett gets it to go. Marcus Garrett up to 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting. In the corner, no shot coming there. And driving the lane and getting the ball stripped was Jaden Sadler. Quickly ahead, underneath, and a foul going to be called as Jacoby Long drove to the hoop. He'll go to the free throw line. Daylor Johnson commits the foul, and it'll be 2 shots for Jacoby Long, the native of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He's had a interesting road to get to Bethune-Cookman, the graduate student. Was the top recruit in the state of Oklahoma as a high school senior, 6A player of the year in the state, a top 150 player nationally in high school. Played at Iowa State for 2 years, then for Southern Utah for 1 year, and then Southern Illinois for his senior year. Then after that, a graduate transfer to Bethune-Cookman. So 4 schools in 5 years for Jacoby Long. Three minutes of scoreless ball right now for Southern, as BCU is on a little 5-0 run here. Trying to change that is Jalen Sadler as he gets it over the long reach of Kevin Davis and into the hoop. Wildcats trying to see out the last 5 minutes, or under 5 minutes now, of the first half. Maintain the lead over the previously undefeated in conference play Southern Jaguars. Marcus Garrett's been the hot hand so far. That time a 3 rims out. Sadler drops it off. Transition 3 on the way. Short from Whitley. And Quavon Blackwood is going to get trapped in front of the Southern bench. He tries to drive the lane, gets it to Davis. It's going to be tapped out of bounds by Daylor Johnson. And Johnson, you could tell, was trying his hardest to keep that ball from going out of play, but he just got it with the tip of his fingers as it went into his own bench. Timeout on the floor, Bethune-Cookman with the 33-26 lead. And the ball when we come back. This is BCU basketball on the Cat Eye Network.
He's always blocking you.
3 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half of play here at Moore Gymnasium. BCU leading Southern 33-26 despite being down 2 of their top players. Calvin Polina, the Dutch international, is out. And also top scorer Joe French, who had a career-high 31 points against Grambling on Saturday night, but is out with an ankle injury. Polina, his arm's in a sling, so Wildcats picking up the pieces. Marcus Garrett has 12, Collins Joseph has 8, Kevin Davis has 9, so splitting the offensive load between 3 players. And he stepped on the backcourt line just barely not able to hold his balance was Marcus Garrett. So that'll be an unfortunate turnover for the Wildcats, and Southern will get the ball here. Terrell Williams to inbound, the former 14 points per game averager at Mansfield High School, second team all-district in his hometown of Arlington, Texas. He's got the ball now, shot fake, hands it off, three on the way, in and out. That was Isaiah Rollins, whose nickname is Rolo. Missing that long one. Collins Joseph with his heels on the BCU logo with control. Floated to Davis. No Robertson on the floor, so Davis is the big, and he does the job, finishing with the left hand as he goes right around Breon Whitley. Lead up to 9 for BCU. As both teams have gone a little bit cold from the field in these last couple of minutes. Southern one of their last 6. To the hoop, and that's going to be a goaltending violation, as Kevin Davis was just a little bit late on his jump, so score the basket for Jaden Sadler. Sadler up to 14 points to lead all scorers for Southern, but nobody else has more than 5. Brooks has got 5, Sousa's got 4, Williams has 2, so been a tough night offensively so far for the Jags, as they're shooting 44.4% from the field. Garrett almost lost the handle. He's guarded by Johnson. And Kevin Davis steps on the baseline, another Wildcat turnover. That's the 7th. Southern has 7 turnovers, but it almost feels like the Bethune-Cookman turnovers are more costly in a sense because of the offensive firepower that we know Southern has, and they could explode for at any moment. Stepping inside for a long jump shot from straight on is Terrell Williams Jr. Southern has not hit a 3-point basket tonight. They're 0 for 9. Bethune-Cookman not much better, just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Kevin Davis, the only man who's hit a triple in the game. Garrett behind the back to the hoop, gets knocked down. Jacoby Long fighting for the board, out over the baseline. It'll be BCU basketball. That was a mad scramble underneath as I think 2 players from each team got hands on it. Delara Johnson, got a hand on it. And Rollins was there for Southern. Davis and McIntyre were fighting down low, and it eventually came off of Johnson and out of play. So 20 on the clock for BCU. 1:54 in the half. Overall rebounding advantage to BCU, 16-14. Both teams have 4 offensive rebounds. Kevin Davis uses his long arms to gather that time. Davis against Williams. With his back to the basket, floats it for McIntyre. McIntyre up and in, and 1. Gavin Harris, the freshman from Gonzales, Louisiana, will pick up the foul. And Damani McIntyre will go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. McIntyre flips it short. He was 2 for 2 on his first trip to the line, now 2 for 3. Speaking of threes, that's a good one for Breon Whitley. And he moves up into a tie for first in the SWAC in 3-pointers made. That is his 40th 3 of the season and the first of the game for Southern. 13 seconds left. Davis with a little bit of a Euro step underneath, blocking foul, and incredulous is Terrell Williams Jr. It wasn't even Williams that committed the foul. It was Jaden Sadler called for the block. And Kevin Davis will head to the line. Davis 1 of 2 on his first trip, an 81.3% free throw shooter. That's one of the tops on the team. Tops on the team is Joe French at 91.2, but he's not in the game. And I apologize if I just jinxed it as Davis bricks the first one. Second one is good. 38-33, 112 to go in the half. Southern has closed the gap to 5. The largest lead that the Wildcats have had was 9 points. Under a minute first half. Whitley thought about a 3, but was guarded too closely by Long. Between the legs goes Brooks. Back out, 3 on the way. It's good with a hand in his face from Whitley. 6 straight points for Southern for Whitley on 2 tough threes from straight on. Couple of second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A 5-second difference to be exact, as the guests have closed the gap to within 2. McIntyre on the baseline, backdoor cutting pass to Joseph. He falls down, coughs up the ball, and then a foul on Kevin Davis as Brooks was trying to leave the zone. A nightmare of a sequence for BCU, as they could have essentially ended the half on that sequence, but Collins Joseph decided to take a tough shot underneath, ended up slipping and falling to the floor, and a timeout is going to be taken by Southern to advance the ball and set up a play for the last 13.1 seconds. So from 9 points down, the Jaguars are going to have a chance to tie or take the lead. They've scored 6 of the last 7, last 13.1 of the half. When we come back, this is BCU basketball. Well, there was a lot to be said of the resiliency of the Southern Jaguars. Down by 9, they easily could have just folded and gone into the half, down double digits, but they have battled back. They are now down just 2 with 10 seconds to go. They've hit 4 of the last 5 shots and 6 of the last 7 points. Breon Whitley for 3, that missed everything. 3 seconds to go. Garrett racing into the front court. McIntyre for 3, no good. And it's a 2-point Bethune-Cookman lead going into the half, but all the momentum is with the Southern Jaguars. Only 7 players have seen minutes for Bethune-Cookman to this point in the game. Here are the scoring totals. 12 points for Sadler, 6 for Whitley on 2 threes right at the end of the half. 5 for Lyons, 5 for Brooks, 4 for Williams, and 4 for Sears. That's Southern's numbers. And for Bethune-Cookman, it's 12 for Kevin Davis, 12 for Marcus Garrett, 8 for Collins Joseph, 4 for Damani McIntyre, and 2 for Jacoby Long. Momentum is with Southern, but it's all about those halftime changes. We'll see what changes they make after the break. This is Bethune-Cookman basketball on the Cat-Eye Network. Stay tuned. outside, but it's a party inside the Moore Gymnasium here at Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach. My name is Michael Travillo. Thank you for hanging out with me here on the Cat Eye Network. Bringing to you two fantastic games of SWAC Conference basketball. Southern women's basketball team got the better of the BCU in the first game. Southern men's team has tried to do the same, but they've got some ground to make up, down by 2 to BCU as we reach the second half. It's been a group scoring effort for BCU, as only 7 players have seen the floor. A reminder that Joe French, the Cookman top scorer, is out with a foot injury, and starting forward Calvin Polina is out with a hand injury. Mikey West is in health and safety protocols, so missing 3 big players, and against one of the prohibitive conference favorites, BCU is showing a very good account of themselves. But Southern did end the first half on a 6-1 run over the last 142 to cut the lead from 9 to just 2. Here we go. Southern in the dark blue, attacking the basket. The listeners right. BCU in the home white with the burgundy and gold trim. Here we go. Lot to be decided over the next 20 minutes. And a deflection by Collins Joseph leads to an early Wildcat turnover. That's the 8th turnover of the ball game by Southern. BCU turned the ball over 8 times in the first half. Kevin Davis at the elbow, too strong. Nice rebound by Damian Sears. Sears had the big highlight dunk in the first half. Collins Joseph has matched with style points as well. There's a long jumper, too short. Joseph grabs the miss, turns on the Jets, gets all the paint, and gets it blocked from behind. And it'll be BCU ball. So tough defense on both ends to begin the second half, as that looked to be an easy chance for Collins Joseph.
Thank you.
A bit of technical issues being worked out at the scoring table. We are back into play with Kevin Davis. David going one-on-one with Terrell Williams Jr. and winning the battle down low. And BCU strikes first blood in the second half. Kevin Davis has been excellent. He's up to 14 points to lead all scorers. Sadler is the best for Southern with 12. There's a 3 ball by P.J. Bird off to the left. Bird averages 7.1 points a game, but haven't seen anything from him so far yet in this contest. Kevin Davis against the shorter P.J. Bird, but he does well defensively. Joseph against the taller Lions. 9 to shoot now for Collins. Into the corner, has to throw it up and throw it away, and a foul is going to be called. Southern had a break opportunity, but the foul is going to go Southern's way. Marcus Garrett picks up his second foul. Neither team really in foul trouble. Nobody with more than 3 in the ball game. But that was the 9th Wildcat turnover of the game. Nice trap in the corner, forcing a bad pass by Lyons on the defensive end for Southern. Lyons tries for a 3 on the offensive end and strikes gold. Davis, got to get the ball in. Southern wanted a 5-second violation, didn't get it. Garrett to the corner. Damani McIntyre on the baseline, and over the back goes Lyons as he ended up riding Marcus Garrett by the end of that play. And that means that Lyons is the first player in the ball game to pick up 3 fouls. Lyons will depart. Breon Whitley comes in. Whitley was hot in the first half towards the end, hitting 2 big threes. That's when the game was a 9-point deficit for Southern. Wildcats have had trouble inbounding the ball, but they do get it in successfully that time. Garrett hands to Robertson. Dillon's been very quiet tonight as well. Into the corner, 3 on the way. No good. Robertson grabs the miss and taps it back to Garrett. Robertson, no scoring, but 4 rebounds to pace the Wildcats. Garrett isoed up top. He's just going to shoot from straight on. No good, and excellent box out on the miss. The rebound taken by Jaquan Ewing. And then straight to the lane for the big-time jam goes Jaden Sadler. And he'll go to the line for the and one. Damani McIntyre is going to pick up a foul. And after starting hot in the second half, it's a quick 5-0 Southern run over a scoreless period for BCU in the last 2 minutes. And Southern has taken the lead. Well, I was talking at halftime to some people around the scorers table, and we expected this. We expected the early barrage from Southern, and the big question is, can BCU weather it and respond? Yesterday against Grambling, the answer was no. They did try and make a comeback of it late in the game, but they could not. The hill was too tall to climb. So can BCU stay with Southern and be there in the last couple of minutes to try and make a push for the win? Remember, Southern averaging a conference best 71.9 points per game. Garrett going to work down low. Underneath, off the glass and in. Nice piece of ball movement in his hands by Garrett. 3 in transition, and going to the line for 3 free throws is going to be Breon Whitley. Kevin Davis hit him on the way down, and even though the shot was missed, it's going to be a chance to go back into the lead for Southern. And that's the 3rd foul on Kevin Davis. Davis and Garrett got to be careful. They're the big scorers for BCU. They both have 14. But Breon Whitley has pitched in 6 points on 2 threes, and now 7 from the free throw line, and now a 7th from the free throw line. Into the game comes Jacoby Long. Long only averaging 4.9 points per game, has 2 so far today, but will play more of a facilitator role. All 3 free throws hit by Whitley. Wildcats pass out of the trap. Garrett got it stripped from behind. Whitley with the strip. The beneficiary was Ewing. Or excuse me, the beneficiary was Bird. Bird is on the floor, not Ewing. I got confused. 3 against 2. Off the screen, drive to the basket by Bird, lost the handle, got it back, puts up, off the underside of the rim. McIntyre, back post. Long got fouled, and he'll go to the line.
The foul on the Jaguars, Breon Whitley, his first, team second.
BCU struggling from behind the 3-point line, just 1 of 9 on the night. The lone one was Kevin Davis in the first 5 minutes of the game. As a team, BCU only shoots 3-pointers at a 29.4% clip. But here is where the game is going to be kept close for BCU, at the free throw line. And Jacoby Long hits 1 of 2. Two-point lead for Southern and control. Perimeter passing gets the ball to Jaden Sadler at the point. Sadler has a career high of 20 points. That was all the way back in his freshman year against Jackson State. He has a head at steam, but he decides to kick back for the step-back 3, and that is Terrell Williams driving home the triple. Southern University heating up from 3. And another steal. Look out, here comes the show. Breon Whitley to the lane, and he'll go to the free throw line. Marcus Garrett will pick up his third team foul, and Southern has all the momentum. They've kept it from when they got the momentum for the break into the second half. We'll be right back with free throws coming up for Southern. It's 48-43, BCU down. A 12-5 run out of the halftime interval has given Southern University a 5-point lead over the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Total rebounds still favor BCU, but Southern has taken advantage of 11 BCU turnovers, 9 points off those 11 turnovers. And Breon Whitley has been massive. 6 points in the first half. And now 4, chance at 5 in the second. He dribbled a in the second half, they've all been from the free throw line. Got fouled on a 3-point shot. Right in front of his own bench. And Quavon Blackwood's going to come in for Marcus Garrett. Wildcats in a bit of foul trouble now. 3 fouls on Davis, 3 fouls on Garrett. Those have been the 2 top performers today for the Cats. No backcourt violation because Southern touched the ball, and now they're going to get a foul on P.J. Bird.
Foul on the Jaguars, P.J. Bird is
Separating both sides of the break, it's overall a 14-3 run for Southern University. Wildcats looking for a bit of offensive momentum with both of their top offensive players out of the game. It's going to be Blackwood and Jacoby Long who are going to have to pick up the pieces, as well as Dylan Robertson, who still is not on the board scoring-wise today. 9 seconds on the shot clock for Blackwood. Blackwood dances, kicks to the corner, trapped up, and a jumper from the baseline, no good. And on the rebound, diving to the floor, it's going to be, I believe it's a foul, and they're going to call it on Bethune-Cookman. Jacoby Long's going to pick up his first foul. Thought that might have been a tie-up, which would have kept the ball with BCU, but Long judged to have come in over the back. And it's just been nothing for the Wildcats here in this second half so far. Backdoor pass, nice switch on defense. Going to work down low is Sears, and his basket attempt will not go. Good defense by Robertson. Blackwood running the point with Marcus Garrett out of the ball game. Collins Joseph, he can score in bunches, but they got to get him the ball and not turn the ball over like they did just there. all the way to the end. Offensive foul going to be called against Breon Whitley.
Offensive foul on the Jaguars. Breon Whitley, his second.
So BCU bailed out after another turnover for the Wildcats, the team's 12th turnover. And then off the inbounds pass, Jacoby Long gives it right back. And even with 3 fouls each, I wonder how long it's going to be for Kevin Davis and Marcus Garrett to get back in the game. How short is the leash going to be for Reggie Theus with his bench? Wide open for 3, no good from Bird. Long rebound comes right back to Sadler. Here's a drive, kick to the corner, 3 on the way, short, and Long got the miss. Terrell Williams was ineffective on that 3-point shot. Cats trying to eat into this 7-point deficit with Collins Joseph. Joseph switches to his left hand, tries to fire it up, and no good as the ball went over the backboard. And now we've seen that back-to-back nights where a little bit of a circus shot goes in, but it goes over the top of the backboard and is no good. We saw Grambling State be affected by that yesterday. Almost 3 minutes without a bucket for BCU. Their defense barely keeping a minute right now. And a foul for reach in. It's going to be, I believe, on Joseph. It is. Foul's starting to rack up. That's the first on Joseph. And with 13 minutes to go, BCU is 1 foul away from putting Southern in the single bonus. So prepare for a lot of free throws coming up in the next 20 or so minutes. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Southern. Coming all the way back to reset is Sadler. Sadler, the SWAC leader in both assists with 62 and steals with 31. Sadler has a shot blocked at the elbow by Damani McIntyre, but Southern maintains possession, has to heave it at the shot clock, does Terrell Williams, misses everything. There's a shot clock violation. I mentioned the defense is keeping a minute. BCU's been scoreless for 3 minutes, but Southern scoreless for the past 2 minutes. But there's been nothing on the offensive end for the Wildcats so far this second half. Barely a good offensive look. Let's see if they can change that right now. Jacoby Long almost dragged his pivot put, but maintains composure. Long with 5 to shoot. Long just has to put it up from distance, and he gets it to go. That'll be a long 2. His foot was on the line. And Jacoby finally breaks the over 3-minute scoring drought for Bethune-Cookman. Still, they've only hit 1 of their last 6. Here's a 3 from the corner, rattles out, and it'll be BCU ball as it was tapped out of bounds by Sears. That's the kind of shot that Breon Whitley usually hits. Whitley, a native of Sarasota, Florida, Riverview High School, won a Florida State title. Was a Florida State runner-up in his senior season in 2017. Scored over 1,000 career points at Riverview High School. And he transferred in from Murray State to play for the Southern Jaguars. BCU now down just 5. Couple of high ball screens to set up Quavon Blackwood. Blackwood dancing, open for 3, off a screen, no good. And a battle underneath the basket, excellent box out. That was Sadler. And now a top of the key triple swish, it's good for Isaiah Rollins. And Rollins' career high is 14. That's his first points of the night. He was 1 of 4 shooting previously. Oh no, excuse me, 0 of 3 shooting previously. Joseph trying to work on Lyons. Remember, Lyons has 3 fouls. Tried to lob it underneath to Jacoby Long, and a grab at a foul. And I believe that will take us to a media timeout. Sadler will pick up his 3rd foul. We do indeed go to a media timeout. Bethune-Cookman try to stay in it, down by 7, but they've got the ball after this. This is BCU basketball on the Cat-Eye Network. Make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to its fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com, then click on Shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. It'll be Bethune-Cookman ball out of the timeout. The last action was a foul on Sadler, not a shooting foul though, so it'll be an inbounds play for Cookman. Both teams having to start to worry about foul trouble. I mentioned that Davis and Garrett, the 2 top scorers for BCU, both have 3, which is why they're both out of the game. But now Bird, Lyons, and Sadler, 3 starters for Southern, each have 3. Jacoby Long with 8 seconds to shoot. Long just gonna fire it from deep 3-point range. Oh, and it bricks into the side of the hoop. How often do you see that? And that is just unlucky. And a little bit of confusion going down out here at the scorer's table. Southern University thinks it should be a jump ball change of possession. Here comes Marcus Gowen and Kevin Davis back in, looking for any and all offensive production as the Wildcats keep the ball after the brick on a 3 from Jacoby Long. Here's Kevin Davis, gives it up to Garrett as he's crashing to the ground. Garrett goes up, no good. Ball on the ground, secured by Damian Sears. Southern just trying to run the sand through the hourglass and squeeze the life out of Bethune-Cookman in this game. Long and Blackwood back in immediately for Davis and Garrett. So they were just in for that offensive sequence, and BCU is going to let the bench players play the defensive end and hoping that the top players don't have to pick up any fouls. Quavon Blackwood, nice backdoor pass to the baseline and up and in for Damian Sears. Sears had a big rim-rocking dunk early in the game, but was quiet up until that point. That's only his 2nd field goal and his 4th point. 10-point lead for Southern. As they have outscored BCU 19-7 in this second half. There's a block McIntyre gets it back and gets fouled. And that is going to be Damian Sears picking up the harm. It's his second foul. But I definitely would not be surprised if we saw Here's Jamani McIntyre at the free throw line. I mentioned earlier in the second half that the Wildcats are going to have to use the charity stripe to stay in it. And McIntyre sinks that first one. McIntyre 2 of 3 from the line tonight. So now 3 of 4 as that one goes in. And he's got this long, deep windup, as we'll see as he sets up for the second shot. Sinks deep into the hips and then flicks it with his wrist. And it's got a high arc to it as well as it sinks in for 2 points on that possession for BCU. Now the defensive end got to come into play. McIntyre closely guarding Bird. Bird around McIntyre. Finds a wide open man on the baseline, but Damian Sears' jump shot is well off the mark. Jamani McIntyre races into the front court all the way to the hoop. Blocked underneath. That was Sears with the massive rejection, but it came straight to Blackwood. Blackwood against Lyons, and then McIntyre almost lost it. McIntyre to the baseline. Got to go somewhere with it. He goes to Collins Joseph. Joseph tried to throw it down. He realized he was way too far away from the basket and eventually did the smart thing, which is bounce it off of P.J. Bird out of bounds. So give BCU a set play with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what BCU draws up here. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Collins Joseph on the baseline, 2 to shoot. Fires a tough shot. Oh, in and out at the horn. And the long rebound comes down to Bird. Bird got the board at one end, wanted the basket at the other, but he decides to hang out at the top and drain some time off the clock. Now a 3 on the way, Shorts. And Jamani McIntyre through contact picks up the board. Timeout. Bethune-Cookman. Coach Theus wants to talk things over. 8 minutes and 19 seconds left. The game slipping away from the Wildcats. 55-47, Southern leads. This is BCU basketball on the Cat Eye Network. Well, after going into the half up by 2, Bethune-Cookman has been outscored by the Southern University Jaguars 19-9 so far in the second half. And the Jags have got it done with the 3-point ball. They are 5 of 20 from 3 from deep tonight. The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats just 1 of 10 and 39% from the field overall. 43% shooting for Southern. And there's just been very little offense in the second half for Bethune-Cookman. There's been really no looks. The only shots they've gotten have been tough shots underneath the basket that have gotten blocked, or tough shots from outside. There's a nice lob to D-Rob. Dylan Robertson with the hammer. Nice lob by Joseph to find him. And then, almost a bad pass, but Isaiah Rollins in front of his own bench is somehow out there to corral it. And driving the lane, getting stopped up is Sadler, but he is able to maintain his momentum and finish through contact. Kevin Davis gets the ball over half court, 7:18 to play, and a long mountain to climb for Bethune-Cookman. Cookman averages 60.7 points a game. They look a long way off from that now, but their two best scorers so far tonight are in the game, Garrett and Davis. Here's Garrett, leaves a mid-range jump shot short, and Tyrone Lyons the beneficiary of the miss. The defense chant comes down here from the fans at Moore Gymnasium. As straight through the defense goes Sadler, but he couldn't get the finger roll to go. Sadler got his own miss, but Damian Sears stepped on the baseline. Oh no, it's gonna be Southern ball. And we have another timeout. It'll be of the media variety. Time winding down for the Wildcats to find something in this one. When we come back, they'll try and do so. This is BCU Basketball on the Cat Eye Network. Let's take a look at some scores from around the SWAC. This is men's basketball, and this is from Saturday, January 8th. Southern bested Florida A&M 80-66. Alcorn State beat Alabama A&M 78-71. Alabama State bested Jackson State 72-57. Mississippi Valley beat Prairie View in overtime 84-82. And preseason conference favorite Texas Southern beat Arkansas Pine Bluff 90-71. All of those teams once again in action tonight as well. And we are clearing the floor as both teams are being sent back to their respective coaches. I am not sure what is the issue. It should be a Southern ball. Inbounding under the baseline, under the basket that they attacked to listeners' right. Oh, it was just to reset the shot clock to 3 seconds. And now Coach Sean Woods wants to draw up a play for his team right before the inbounds. Well, the Jaguars are 3-0 in conference play, but they have only played 2 games. Prairie View A&M has struggled with health and safety protocols, so they have had to forfeit 2 of their games, and a circus shot 3 at the horn is no good, and that'll be a shot clock violation. So Prairie View had to forfeit their games against Grambling and Southern, and who knows how those games would have turned out for the Panthers. Prairie View A&M will come to Moore Gymnasium once this season. That'll be the 5th of February. Garrett around a screen and is going to draw the foul against Sears. That'll be Sears' 3rd. Nobody's got, and that'll be single bonus for the Wildcats. So Bethune-Cookman picked up their 6th team foul with 13 minutes to play in the game. They have not fouled again. And now BCU is in the single bonus with the 7th team foul for Southern. And maybe that could be an avenue back into this game, as both free throws are hit by Marcus Garrett. The 1,000-point scorer at Wabash Community College in 3 years there, Marcus Garrett. Southern on the charge now, up by 6. Their largest lead was 10, and that was in this second half. Falling away and missing the jumper is Breon Whitley. Kevin Davis loses the ball, and it's going to be turned over. Lions force the turnover. Whitley wide open for 3, no good. And Davis and Lyons fighting for the offense, for the board, and it's going to go defensive as Robertson, the eventual beneficiary. Garrett hustles into the front court, off the glass, no good. Southern ball on the rebound as Davis was the last to touch it. And you think maybe if you think that Garrett would have had a little bit more hustle in his step, he might have gotten to the rim unopposed. And now they got to get back and play defense. Still anyone's ball game, 6-point lead for Southern with 5:21 to go. And it is likely that BCU will hold the Jaguars to under their season average of 71.9, a mark that leads the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but this time the Jaguars will go to the line as there's a foul underneath. That's on Dylan Robertson. Southern has done an excellent job of containing the big man. He only has 2 points, and that was that one lob from Collins Joseph earlier on in this half. And now into the single bonus is Southern. So both teams shooting free throws the rest of the way. This is a 2-shot penalty for Jaden Sadler. Sadler, a member of the preseason All-Southwestern Athletic Conference second team this year. And he leads all scorers with 18 points. One of two that time for Sadler, so the lead is 7. Davis for Robertson. Robertson throws it down over Terrell Williams Jr. While the real Dylan Robertson may have just stood up here at Moore Gymnasium. Crowd getting behind the burgundy and gold on the defensive end. In the low post here, Sears. Sears against Robertson. Missed the layup, but the offensive rebound is there, and it's no good. And they're going to call offensive basket interference against Southern as Tyrone Lyons went up to try and tip it home, but could not do so. So BCU a chance to start a little bit of a run here. Southern will bring the pressure. Davis working against Lyons, and Davis dribbles the ball out of bounds. The pressure from Lyons was too great, and Davis could not get the ball into play efficiently. Oh, and there's a silly foul by Marcus Garrett, and that's his 4th, as he just pushes off on on PJ Bird. And now the top scorer for the Wildcats has 4 fouls. BCU really missing Joe French down the stretch here. And to the line, Terrell Williams will go for the 1-and-1. So I was correct originally. Terrell Williams was the one that got pushed, and he hits the first end of a 1-and-1.
27 seconds of the media.
And how important will that seemingly innocuous foul against Marcus Garrett prove to be? Wildcats got to get out of the backcourt. Collins Joseph races past the time stripe. Almost lost the handle. Now he's trapped on the baseline. And he throws it up for Robertson again! 3 catch and dunks off alley-oops for Robertson in the second half. Under 4 minutes to go. We're now in the media timeout. Next stoppage of play will have a halt. Four-point game, Southern with the lead in the wall. Williams, a step-back jumper from the free throw line is no good at the buzzer. Marcus Garrett into the front court. Collins Joseph along the baseline, tries to go up over Lyons, and that's not a good thing because Lyons is 6'7". Garrett only 6'1". And now Southern, the coaching staff for the Jaguars, telling them to hold the basketball and wait. And that'll be a media timeout. BCU on the charge, down by 4. Got to get a stop on the defensive end when we come back. This is the Cat Eye Network's broadcast of Bethune-Cookman basketball. Let's check in on the next opponent for Bethune-Cookman, that being Mississippi Valley State. The Wildcats will travel to Itta Bena, Mississippi for a Saturday contest next week. They are currently down by 15 in the first half to preseason conference favorite Texas Southern. Southern up by just 4 with 3:16 to go. Southern is 1 of its last 10 from the floor over the last couple of minutes and 1 of its last 7 from 3. BCU's defense keeping them in the contest. Crowd wanted a 5-second violation, and a timeout going to be called by Southern. Nice trap on the sideline. Coach Theus likes it, and Southern is forced to burn another timeout. Well, after their trek to Itta Bena on Saturday, next Monday, a week from today, the Wildcats will be up in Arkansas against the Arkansas Pine Bluff Lions. And checking them in on them this evening, they are down by 10 at halftime to Prairie View A&M 37-27. So the Prairie View Panthers have not lost much of a step after having to sit out 2 games due to COVID restrictions. Southern going to have to try the same thing that they did last time, only 9 seconds went off the clock between then and now. PJ Bird against McIntyre. Bird gets by McIntyre. Robertson switches onto him. Bird gets to the basket. His layup is no good. Offensive rebound by Sears. More time can drain off the clock now. Bird. It's Sands drain away. Down to 5 to shoot. Bird fakes a 3 into the corner. Lions a triple. No. Another offensive rebound by Damian Sears. And a whistle and a stoppage of play. I think it's just going to be out of bounds, Southern ball. Bethune-Cookman has had 2 excellent opportunities to force empty possessions out of the Southern, but this is now the 4th Southern chance of this possession. And we're going to have to wait for a few seconds while the floor where Southern is going to throw the ball in is cleaned. Well, look past Bethune-Cookman's 3-11 record, if you will. They hang around. They play a lot of close games. They really haven't been blown out by many people. I say Utah and Marist are the 2 exceptions. Other than that, they've really been in every game this season and just had decisions not go their way or been unable to close out ball games. But right there, they're in another battle on their home floor. Southern looking to go 4-0 in SWAC conference play. And a whistle and a foul going to go against Collins Joseph for a hold. And it's going to be a 1-on-1. Well, I'll tell you, there were 2 massive offensive rebounds on that possession by Damian Sears to keep the ball for Southern. 1-on-1, no good. Another offensive rebound by Sears, out of bounds. Southern ball. 3 massive offensive rebounds by Damian Sears on this possession that is draining the sand through the hourglass. And even if Southern doesn't score on this possession, it's taken almost 2 minutes off the clock. Bird behind the back, gets his defender in the air and doesn't hit. And finally, Dylan Robertson comes away with the basketball. 2:20 to go. Somehow BCU gets away with not allowing a point even after 4 shots attempted and a trip to the line for the 1-and-1. Davis spins, kicks to Garrett. Garrett backdoor for Robinson. He can't handle the pass. He has to throw it back to Davis. 4 to shoot. Fires a 3. No good. Didn't hit anything. And another rebound by Damian Sears. Damian Sears has 5 rebounds. 4 of them have come in the last 3 minutes. It's important for BCU not to foul. Driving to the hoop, and the alley-oop to Tyrone Lyons. Unselfish play from the senior Jaden Sadler as he gives up the ball. Timeout Bethune-Cookman, and Southern, well, that may just have been the dagger as the visitors from Baton Rouge, Louisiana go up by 6. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back for the final 123. This is the Cat Eye Network, and you're watching Bethune-Cookman basketball. Wildcat fans, BCU basketball returns to Moore Gymnasium for a doubleheader on Saturday, January 22nd, when the Wildcats take on Jackson State University in another conference matchup. The women's game will tip off at 2 p.m. and the men will follow at 4. Come out and support your Wildcats or catch them live right here on the Cat Eye Network, as you can do for all BCU home games throughout the season. Well, 1:23 to go, down by 6. It's beginning to look like a same old story for BCU. Can they buck the trend? Full court press from Southern until BCU gets the ball in, and then they back off. Cookman 1 of 11 from behind the three-point line tonight, but they're going to have to hit some clutch shots here in the closing stages. Marcus Garrett spins, fires up a wild one. The arms go up, and it's Robertson that gets it, and Robertson's wild layup putback goes nowhere. 1 minute remaining. Here comes Southern. A lob and a foul. Damian Sears wanted the highlight reel dunk to throw it down, but instead Marcus Garrett will foul out. And Damian Sears will go to the free throw line. Up next for Southern, they end their 3-game road trip with a visit to Grambling State on Wednesday. No, excuse me, on Saturday. And then they're home for 2 games against the 2 teams that Bethune-Cookman plays next, Arkansas Pine Bluff and Mississippi Valley State. Both free throws are good by Damian Sears, who will best be remembered in this game for his rebounding, especially in crunch time. 5 rebounds, 4 rebounds in the last 6 minutes to ice the game for Southern. Collins Joseph fires a three off the dribble, no good. Another rebound for Damian Sears. And trying to steal the ball is Damani McIntyre, forces the jump ball. It'll still be Southern ball, changes the possession arrow. Well, once again, Bethune-Cookman had a shot at this game, but an impressive performance this time on the glass for Bethune-Cookman put the game away for Southern. But not to take anything away from the Wildcats' heart and fight, missing two of their best players. Calvin Polina out with a hand injury. Joe French out with a foot injury. Polina is on the bench in a sling. Joe French had a brace on his ankle, so who knows how long those two will be out. We wish the best for their health and hope to see them on a basketball court again very soon. It was up to everybody else to pick up the pieces as Reggie Theus calls timeout to rally the troops. Southern is matched their largest lead of the game at 10 with 40 seconds to go, and that will do it. I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen some of the people that didn't get minutes for Southern in for the last 30 seconds. Haven't seen redshirt senior center Kirk Parker of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Haven't seen a lot of Gavin Flowers. And then there's a couple of people on this roster that haven't played at all this season. Ashante Sivers, Deshaun Woods, the son of head coach Sean Woods, Drayshawn Allen, and Trey Davius Gabriel have all not seen minutes at all this season. But it doesn't look like the Jaguars are going to make any substitutions. As the Southern women's team gathers behind the bench, they won earlier in a landslide fashion against BCU. And the men's team will battle to the very end, but once again come up short against SWAC opposition. BCU will fall to 3-12, 1-2 in conference play. And Southern will remain perfect in conference play, go 4-0, and improve to 9-7. Southern has won a couple of bye games this year. They beat Tulane. They beat Southeastern Louisiana in non-conference play. .30 seconds to go. Out of bounds, BCU ball. We'll give the game ball to Damian Sears, the transfer from St. John's and a native of Houghton, Louisiana, because he deserves it. With 24 seconds left, Collins Joseph finally gets a basket to fall, ending a scoreless run of 3 minutes and 34 seconds by BCU, and the Wildcats will foul. BCU has turned the ball over 15 times tonight, resulting in only 12 Southern points. And in their deconstruction of FAMU in Tallahassee on Saturday, Southern forced 21 turnovers. That's a season high. Wildcats will keep fighting to the very end. Collins Joseph gets to the paint, loses the handle, gets to Jacoby Long. Joseph gets a kind roll off the front of the hoop. And almost a turnover, but another foul on the inbounds pass, and Southern will shoot free throws again. Bethune-Cookman only played 7 players tonight because of injuries and health and safety protocols. We're missing Mikey West as well as Paulina and French. So it was Joseph, Davis, Robertson, Garrett, McIntyre, Long, and Blackwood to carry the torch for the Wildcats. And they hung on for a long time, but in the end, Southern pulled away. And with just 5 seconds to go, maybe there is one more point for Collins Joseph. It will not go. BCU will not foul. And Southern comes to Daytona Beach, and on a cold and rainy night, defeats the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats by 10, 69 to 59. Here are tonight's scoring totals. First for Bethune-Cookman, Garrett had 16 and fouled out. Davis had 14, Joseph had 12. Those were their double-digit scores. Robertson had 6 all in the second half. McIntyre had 6, and Long had 5. And for Southern, it is a game-high 20 and a career-high tying 20 for Jaden Sadler. That's his highest point total since his freshman year. Whitley had 11 and was 2 of 9 for 3, also hit 5 important free throws down the stretch. Lyons had 10, Williams had 8, Sears had 8, Brooks had 5, Bird had 4, and Rollins had 3. But I'm giving the game ball to Sears, who pulled down 6 rebounds in the second half to ice the game just when it looked like Bethune-Cookman was coming back into it. Well, thank you for joining me for both games today. The Cat Eye Network will be back on January 2nd, where the Wildcats take on Jackson State right here at Moore Gymnasium. My name is Michael Toretto. Thank you so much for watching and listening this evening, and have a very pleasant good evening. Thank you.